Hello. Hello, guys. Let me see if I can pull you up on my computer. It's just me, I'm afraid, this morning. Nad's is feeling a bit, not poorly, but just a bit flat, tired. And I said to her, go and pamper yourself, have a nice shower, chill out, read a book, have a chat with Dina over the fence. And no, that's not a gremlin, Sophie, it's Nadia. She's not looking too good, is she? She's not looking brilliant. I'm just going to pull you up. Hi, morning, Helen. Hello, Nikki. Hi, Luby T. How are we doing this Friday? Fridays are an odd day, aren't they? Hey, has anyone seen Mental Marky anywhere? I can't find him. He seems to have gone missing. I can't find him, but I've got a feeling he might be popping up at some time soon. Oh, I can see you all there. Morning, morning, Maggie N. Morning, Laura Williams. Morning, Tom. Oh, there, yeah. Morning. I want to see him. I literally clicked on this just as it started. Daniel Gore. Yeah, Nadia's not looking too good. Look, come here, Nads. You all right, darling? No, she's looking a bit peaky. I think it's around the eyes, isn't it? It's around the eyes. She's just a bit roomy. Yeah, you stay there, sweetie. Anyway, no, so she's having a coffee. Good morning. Wasn't last night a moving moment? Lots of people campaigning for us to... I need bifocals. Lots of people campaigning for us to... not campaigning or suggesting. Yeah, Anne Edwards, where is he? Where's Mental Marky? I can't bloody find him anywhere. Lots of people, morning markers, this man's club. It's man's club. This is the man shed. This is the man zone. It's a zone of testosterone. Could account for why it's a bit smelly in here. Are we clapping every Thursday? I bloody hope so. I bloody hope so. We're either clapping or getting the clap. Either way, it's going to involve clapping. Moving all, hope all well, Barney Clark, Laura Williams, missing Mental Marky. I've just got a feeling. He's in here somewhere. I just don't know where. My cul-de-sac, Jemima Rose. My cul-de-sac was silent apart from my mum, and I made it, and it made me so sad. But could hear people in other streets. Yeah, it was weird, wasn't it? It was a sort of. Do you remember, like in ancient days, they used to kind of like light a pyre on one sort of part of the country, and then you'd see it up the coast, and then the next sort of bonfire would be lit. It's like that, wasn't it? Where's Nadia? Nadia is feeling a bit, not under the weather, just tired, exhausted. It's been actually, ironically, an incredibly busy week for us. I've said to her to go and have a bit of VIP time, but she didn't want us to not deliver you a little bit of a hello and a touch base. Hi Zoe Agnew, how are you, darling? I only have a surname in case there's another Zoe and you don't know we're talking about you. Give her a hug from us. Daniel Gall, I'll give her so many hugs, she'll say, get off me. But I will do that. Paul Larragy, I reckon there be patter of baby feet all over the world due to corona. They are already talking about there being an enormous baby boom, aren't they, in December. Does anyone know who that is there? Who's that? Anyone guess? Ooh, I can't do my reverse finger. Ooh, there. Anyone know who that is? Any guesses whilst we're going? Morning, Mark. Louisa Hackett, sending my love to Nads. Yep, I will send your love to Nads. I can hear that coffee grinder grinding and coffee grinding like mad. Beth Elliott, I feel as anxious as F. Any tips to get through the day? Well, you know what? I woke up this morning thinking it's the weekend, but it feels like every other day, doesn't it? So there's no distinction. So I would say top tip would be get your first bit of exercise. If we're all entitled to one moment of exercise, which we are, I'd get out and I would do it early. Break your day up into a bit of external exercise in the morning. It's a beautiful day. It's going to be very windy, certainly in London on Sunday. So get out in the morning. I think this would work for Observant Annie, who says her anxiety has risen. Leo Vibe Feeler, I'm going to squish Nadia so squishily that you're probably going to hear the sound where you are. It's going to go. So yeah, I would get out and do we're going to go and do our morning walk early with the dogs, and I would then park some other physical exercise for about 5 p.m. because I hit the skids around 3 or 4 p.m. I mean, we've been feeling extraordinarily exhausted. Oh, green-fingered hell. Who just mentioned green-fingered hell? I am editing a green-fingered hell today. Nanny Di has been beavering away in the garden. Bless her. She didn't come in last night because she dug a hole so deep we couldn't get her out. We could hear this tiny voice going, Mark! And then we went out this morning, there she was down a hole. Nanny Di is still in bed. She's just, she doesn't sleep brilliantly. Luby tea, green fingered ale, it's your tonic. There is something, even I, in the editing of it, and then I'll watch it a little bit, obviously, to make sure that everything makes sense. I feel very sort of relaxed by it. It's the music. I don't know why. I think we choose quite good music. Ooh, just saw something there. The dogs are good. Garden is the tonic. Love Nanny Di, Clodagh Egan. Could you do a house tour someday? Would be fun. You know what? We're all going to be sat in this house for so long, you'll probably end up seeing every part of the room. Morning, hello, Susan Norton. Gabrielle, I hope it's all right having an online family. We kind of hope that, you know, I know it's not Nadia's beautiful, beautiful face and her rather wonderful personality here, but at least you've got someone. Never thought there would come a time when I had to mentally prepare to go to the supermarket. Who said that? Anne Borromans. I totally agree. I said to Nads this morning, I said, oh, I think I'm going to have to go and get some absolute essentials. But why does going to the supermarket feel like we're running out and going to be attacked by saber-toothed tigers? It's like the essence of survival has kicked back in. Spark of Joy, Hubs learnt how to cook. Tina Jennings, one dish, but his cooking made us eggs Benedict. That's great. That's great. You've got eggs though. Eggs are a bit low on the ground here. Hello from the Netherlands, Joe de Beer. How is it going in the Netherlands? Sorry if I didn't pronounce your name correctly. I got a Tesco delivery slot for Monday. Claire Elford, spark of bloody joy. I think Luby T, it's great that Jimmy Timpson, Joe Wicks, is doing his stuff for kids. Garden waste collections cancelled. I didn't even know we had garden waste collections. So yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? It's the weekend. We're going into the weekend, and does it feel like a weekend? Not really, because it's bugger all we can do. And this time last week, I think most people were having their last big hurrah, weren't they? Everyone went out and potentially did a super spreader exercise of making sure more people got this bloody disease than we want them to. A little bit perturbing that the numbers went up yesterday. That, though, what I would say is that was to be expected. It's going to bobble around a bit, and I think it's going to, you know, don't forget those numbers aren't suddenly happening today. These are people who have been ill for a while. So hearts go out to all of those people who are suffering, and of course the NHS, and of course all the other frontline staff. I mean, I know we were kind of applauding for the NHS last night. I think we need to have an entire evening where we applaud for supermarket workers, and then another evening where we applaud for all the delivery men and all that sorts of stuff. Tina Benino, sending love and hugs to you and your beautiful family from Perth, Western Australia. Thank you for your very authentic and fun content. Thank you for those words. We try to be as, well, we don't try to be, we just are. I mean, we couldn't not be authentic. I mean, sometimes I take things a bit far, but no, we do try to be real. Daisy, very anxious that my mum has to go into her primary school. I can well imagine. I mean, there's many teachers having to go in and teach for the children of key workers. And of course, there's that additional sort of worry, isn't there, I guess, around key workers and their families, that they are being exposed to this disease more than anyone else. Claire Cumberford, the clapping should be every night like it is in Italy and Spain. I kind of agree. How hard is it to clap for 5 minutes to express our joy? Oh look, there's someone there saying coronavirus hoax. I'm unlike Nads. I like flagging these people up and then zapping them. So wherever he is, we're gonna get you, dude. There you go. What a load of old nonsense. What are you pretending that this isn't happening in the world? Are you really? Come on. So you've gone. So here we go. I'm going to sing you a song. There once was a boy who sat on his own, eating a cherry pie. He shoved his thumb to the bottom of his tum, and then he kissed it goodbye. There you go. Don't know what the hell that was about. Just kind of came up inside me, and I felt I had to get it out of me. Felicity Cook, Aussie's almost in lockdown too. I mean, we've got something like 2 billion people, haven't we, on the planet in lockdown. It's a prime moment, really, for people to understand what a brilliant singer I am then. Do you know what I mean? I've always said to Maddie that really, I mean, Maddie, our daughter, our 17-year-old, if you don't know who she is by now, is a remarkable singer. She's a remarkable singer. But here's the thing. She needs a bloody good backing vocalist. I've been saying this to her for years. And I think I'm the man. So I think everyone out there, please go to Maddie's Instagram, Maddie with a double E on the end, and insist that she uses her dad as a backing vocalist. She's missing a trick. I want to be one of those guys back in the Motown days. It does that. You dig it? Bit of that. That's what I want to do. Did you have a trip decided this summer, JJ, that you have to cancel? We have tickets flying out to New York on the 14th of April. What's the likelihood all this shit's going to get sorted by then? Do you think that shizzle's going to be sorted? I don't think so. New York is having a really tough time. They're having a really tough time. Molly, you'd like to organise my room and clean it all. If you came into my room and try and organise it, do you know what I'd do? I'd set this gremlin on you. I would. I'd leave this gremlin and you in this room and see what would happen. You're right, it needs dusting. And Nadia actually said maybe I should film the process of... Because there's lots of little alcoves, and in those little alcoves, there's a whole chamber of my heart. Where's your curly wig? You could look like stylistics. Luby T, you're absolutely right. Where's Nadia? Is she okay? Nadia is here. She's okay. Let's just get her up again. She's not looking too good today, though. She's feeling a bit peaky. So say hello, Ned. Say hello to Nadia. Yeah. I must admit, when I woke up and turned over and looked at her this morning, I thought, babe, you're really going to have to stay off camera. You're looking a bit rough. Hey! What's that? Yeah, I'd love a coffee. Of course I would. I think that was a dog. What else have we got here? Debbie Sanderson. Don't be scared. Being disabled is making me feel even more isolated and scared. I'm damn sure it is. Is there anyone you can reach out to? Do you have any neighbours who can do deliveries for you? Is there anyone who can help you, Debbie? Because that must be absolutely awful. You know, the thing is, however much any one of us is scared, something that helps with feeling anxious and making us feel a bit better is remembering that other people are invariably in much more difficult situations and probably need the hand of help, and we're probably in a position to be able to help them. Mark, is that why we didn't do kids cooking this morning? No, we didn't do kids cooking this morning because on the poll on Instagram, everyone asked to do it at 4 p.m. So it will be, that's a big headline, guys. The live cooking with kids will be happening at 4 p.m. on the channel. Hearken, hearken. I think I can hear Nanny Di getting up. I'm having a coffee with you. What do you want, Sue? I'd really like a double espresso. I'd actually like a quadruple espresso with a little bit of cream just dropped on the top, just like a plop. And that's it, really. And then I'd like to drink it. And then what I'd like is another one, and then another one, and then another one. If anybody is on a prepayment meter, Hannah Jones, and isolating, they can send you out a preloaded top-up key so you don't have to... Here, that's the thing, guys. You know, we assume that we live in a house with electricity and all this stuff. You know, if you're in rented accommodation or, you know, low income and all that sort of stuff, you know, just utilities become incredibly difficult. And I heard they were going to make utilities free. I think that's got to be the next move. I mean, I guess they're having to graduate this stuff, aren't they? Vicky Taylor, I'm disabled too. My family lives miles away. My neighbours are self-isolating. I feel so lonely. That's why you need to plug into this. That's why we hope we're supplying some kind of service to you, Vicky. We're sending you one great big smackaroo. I'm going to give you a smacker. I'm going to give you a great big smacker, Vicky. Does that make you feel a bit better? I know it's not a lot, and it's only me. Is weight loss a symptom? I lost 11 pounds. No, not that I know of. Mark, what are your thoughts on Trump? Can of worms on Trump. I don't think he's particularly plugged into the reality of this situation, shall we say that. Tell Nanny Di to stay, we worry about her. I had that conversation with her. I tried to kind of virtue signal her, actually, on all of your behalfs last night. Was she having it? Was she having it? Not at all. She's a girl. She's an old woman. No, she's not an old woman, but she's my mum. But she's a woman set in her ways. I think she wants to feel she has the freedom to do her own daily bit of exercise. Here's the thing, though. Is there actually a problem if she goes home, doesn't go out, and then comes back if I take her? Is that a problem? I don't know. Hi from sunny South Yorkshire, Caroline Dodsworth. Just looking after Rob. His shoulder popped out of socket. Ow! And painful broken bones. Ow! I got asthma, arthritis in feet, fingers, wrists, trapped nerve in arm, IBS, bloody hell. Sending all my love and best regards. Mark, is Kill Bill a good film? They're both great films. There's part 1 and part 2, obviously. We watched a film last night called The Hunt, and I think me and Nanny Di might be reviewing it. Curious film. Yeah. I mean, my heart is going out to America at the moment because America obviously has superseded. We're huge American files. What do you call an American, if someone who's into, like a bibliophile, what do you call an Americanophile? So our hearts are going out to America at the moment because they're in the crosshatches of this at the moment, aren't they? We do know you love Nanny Di, Xander Gibb. We all love Nanny Di. And that's why we want what's best for her. I might push her back in the hole that she dug in the garden and leave her there so she can't go home. What do you reckon? Luby T, we could possibly review some movie classics. Oh, by the way, our podcast all about homeschooling went up today. I think the link is below here somewhere. Let me have a look. I can see it on the screen here. It's so exciting. Yeah, go to Confessions of a Modern Parent. And it's all about homeschooling and how we've kind of been on this journey for 4 years and everyone's experiencing it for the first time. But I am going to do at some point a little film about suggested films for homeschooling, which might be quite good because I think film and movies is a great way to entertain your kids and why not slip in a little bit of learning at the same time. House arrest for Nanny Di. Totally agree. Sue Williams, as long as she anti-backs her handles. Good question. Good question. Good point. Good statement rather than a question. Hello from Stoke, Lorraine Salt. Send all our love to Stoke. If you wander around, there's a place called Adderley Green, and I think there's Adderley Lane, and I think there's Adderley House. And that, way back before we became just normal people, was were my ancestors. Xander Gibb, I have watched The Politician. I watched the first episode, on Netflix. I loved it. I did a review of it. I thought it was really good. Then I said to everyone, you've all got to watch it, and no one watched it. And just, time just runs away and didn't get time to go back to it. Breeders, Ita Brown. We have watched Breeders. Me and Nadia watched the first 2 episodes. A lot of good stuff to say about it. Would you like us to review it? We could review it. Terry Whitworth, you've been doing your veg plot. I want to do my veg plot. Oh, Jordan sings, I think Nanny Di should stay with you guys. I think so too, Jordan. So I think somehow we need to make that point. I need to get that point across to her. And I think the best way I can get that point across to her is if I borrow Maddie's baseball bat and just, telling her in no uncertain terms. You know what I'm saying? Someone just mentioned, planting veg. I've got so many seeds on order and they haven't arrived. I think there's a rush on seeds. Shropshire Hills, Bridget Smith, are busy with dog walkers. Here's the thing. It's quite weird, isn't it, going to the park? We went to the park, and of all the people that were most incensed with what was going on, it was Maddie and Kiki, interestingly, were really annoyed that so many people were there. But I guess for each individual person going, they're thinking they're doing their individual bit of exercise and maintaining their distance. So, yeah, I think as we go into the weekend, Nads is a bit of a low ebb today, so she's going to be doing the live cook along. She's going to pop up obviously across the day, but we're wanting her to factor in a little bit of a break so that you could just have a bit of this stupidity from me, really. But at the same time, we really want to maintain what we feel and hope is something of a public service, because we want to keep people connected and we genuinely want to be a real family for real people. So that includes, most families have effing irritating men in them. Voila. They have moody, quiet and sometimes very entertaining teenagers. Voila. They have all-encompassing Mother Earth types who are so great at looking after all of us, who keep telling us off and going, Mark! Voila. And little grandparents, and we have Dina in a distance. So, we want to keep people plugged in, because I genuinely believe that though social media gets a lot of a knocking, gets knocked a lot, I think it's nice that we can somehow do this for you. And I hope it's useful. I really wish I could go to the gym, because like running or lifting a bench eases my anxiety, and I can't sadly. Also, The Way Back is a great film. RAS reviews. Here's the thing, sir. You can turn what you're doing in your house into the gym. So I could get this guy here, Nadia, you don't mind me doing that, and I could lift him up and down. And as long as you get a regularity to the exercise and you're not doing something too heavy, there's all sorts of ways of finding workouts in your home. Natasha writes, how can the mental health services be allowed to discharge people for not going to appointments when we're on lockdown? How is this fare so low right now and live alone? This is the problem. I mean, the biggest crisis I worry about, in a sense, is not whether we're all going to get coronavirus, and not whether, because I think some of us will, some of us won't. It will be sadly incredibly dangerous for some, the most vulnerable, and that's not diminishing that, but it's the impact it's having on all other services, as everyone is sort of, all of our welfare state is geared towards targeting this problem. And that again goes back to why it's so important we all observe these rules of isolating, and essentially quarantining and locking down ourselves, because we need to make sure that the services system, the NHS and everything, isn't put under any more duress, so that so that standard mental health care can continue. I mean, it is a worry. I can't sit here and pretend it's not a worry and say it's fine. Michelle Jones, Mark, say hi to me and Amy. Hi, Michelle and Amy. We're mothers of special needs children, and our support network is no longer. Stay plugged in with us, dudes. I mean, we don't have specialist experience of working with special needs children, but we know how tough that can be and how joyful that can be as well. So, I'm sorry that, look, here's the thing, guys. This is a temporary thing. This is a temporary thing. It might be a long temporary thing, longer than we all want it to be. But just imagine, I mean, imagine, okay, we're going to all be, those of us with people are going to be holed up with people that drive us nuts. And if you're on your own, you're going to want to be with people sometimes, and you're going to not be able to be. There's all sorts of problems. You can be quite alone, even though when you're in a family. So I think for people who haven't got family, don't always think that everyone with a family is just happily. Yeah? Oh, there's something. Oh, they're talking about dogs. Jordan sings, I live in Northwood, and the amount of people still using buses is unacceptable. Why are so many people still not listening? I don't understand. I literally don't understand. I mean, I can only assume that the majority of people on the buses are key workers. I mean, can that be it? I mean, what you've got is you've got a double effect. You've got key workers travelling, and you've got reduced transport facilities. So theoretically, they're going to get more cramped. I mean, in a weird way, they should have tried to keep the same transport system with the key workers. Izzy is fine. I'm talking to Izzy today. Izzy is in Bristol, and Fleur is on a 12-week isolation in Dorset at the moment. I think Millie Parfit, I think now is the worst time for NADIA to leave. You should watch The Platform on Netflix. Very gory but interesting message. Okay, The Platform, did you say? The Platform? Yeah, I think you did. So Nanny Blue. So well, look, guys. Oh God, the battery on my laptop's about to go. Well, I hope this was all right. I hope you had a nice little chit chat. We're here. We're always going to be here. Do check all of our Instagram handles at Mark_Adderley for me, at Nadia Sawalha and family. If you want to listen to some lovely music, at Maddie with a double E on the end of the last Maddie. At nanny.die, I think is hers. And lots of photos and images and all sorts of things. And if you see Mental Marky, will you let me know? I mean, I'm literally getting a bit worried about him. I mean, clearly, he's in a bit of a hole somewhere, and I need to find him. But sending big love, sending really genuinely big love. And Nads will obviously be appearing on the channel later. I just wanted to take a little bit of the weight off her shoulders this morning. And I said to her, let me go and talk to the subs. I love talking to the subs. So there you go. Anyway, but Nads, she's here. She's here really. She's just very quiet. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye to everyone. Say bye to Nads. Hopefully you look a bit better later. I don't really want to kiss you like that though, darling. No. I really don't want to. I don't really want to kiss her, do you? No. See you later, guys. Get your hand off